Very good morning, student. This is your class for economics, and in this class we are going to start with unit number 4 of book number 1, that is macroeconomics. Unit number 4 is related to government budget, and we are going to start the chapter number 10, government budget and the economy. Okay, let's start with this. This chapter is in your term 1 syllabus, so we have to prepare for the MCQs from this chapter. Okay, so what is the meaning of government budget? Here you can see that government budget, or the word basically budget, this have been derived from which word? French word baguette, and that means a small leather bag. A small leather bag, that is called budget or baguette in French. Alright, this is a French derivation. You have to remember whole of this line. The Chancellor of Exchequer in England used to carry the financial proposal in a leather bag to the House of Commons for their approval every year, which means that the officials of England were carrying the budget. Budget means the proposal, that how much will be our expenditure and other things, financial proposal, that was carried in that leather bag, which was called baguette. Okay, and today bag itself is not important, but people are anxious to see what the bag contain, which means the content of that bag is important. The economy that we are going to present in front of the country is important. So a budget is not a financial statement. It is a document that contains the information that we are planning, we are estimating that this much will be our budget, that is our expenditure as well as our incomes. So basically, what is budget? Budget is an estimation. Keep in mind, budget is an estimation. Budget is nothing in real. Budget is an estimation. It is made for future, and it relates to the income and expenditure that we are going to incur in future. Okay, that is budget. Now let's talk about the definition. According to Indian Constitution, budget means the financial statement containing an estimate of all anticipated revenues and expenditure of government for the coming financial year. Here you will take into consideration some important point. What is this? This is a financial statement, which means budget will contain financial statement, which is consisting of a estimate, not actual values. It is an estimate, which will consist of revenue and expenditure. Revenue and expenditure of whom? Of government. And for which year? For upcoming financial year, that is for future. Okay, I hope you get the meaning of budget from this. So basically we can say that it is an estimate of government's expenditures as well as income, that is budget. Now talking about the features, in that we have written the expected revenue and proposed expenditure, that is the next year we are going to have this much income and this much expenditure, and we will use that income in this particular thing, that is budget. It relates to a specific period, usually one financial year. Usually one financial year we are meant for while making a budget. It requires the sanction of some public authority, which means that it is an official document. The collection of revenue and the administration of expenses is executed with according to predetermined procedure and manner. We have decided that this much, we have estimated that this much will be our revenue and this much will be our expenditure, and we are going to act accordingly in the next year. The last one says the expected revenue and expenditure should make positive contribution to economic goals. Positive contribution means something in benefit. If you are earning something, that must be positive. If you are spending something, that must be positive. How an expenditure can be positive? You suppose you are spending money on making a bridge, that means development of a country, so that is a positive contribution to the country. Okay, now in India, the central government is required to present and prepare and present annual financial statement every year before the Indian Parliament. Okay, every year we are presenting the budget in front of Indian Parliament. Finance minister is liable to present it in the Parliament House, right? You all know who is the finance minister of this country. You will message me after seeing this video that who is the finance minister of this country. On the basis of your response, I will mark your presence. Okay, next is, this is presented in the first day of April. Okay, budget for 2018 was presented on 1st Feb 2018. This is the exception. Next thing, objectives, that is included in your syllabus. Objective of government budget, or why we are making government budget. Okay, So first of all, success of planning. If you are going to do something according to the planning, if you are going to plan your activities, then your activities will be much successful than unplanned activity. Okay. So for success, planning is very much important, and planning we can say as another name for budget, because there also we are deciding that this much will be our expenditure and this much will be our income, and that is an estimation that can be called planning. Next is optimum allocation of resources. Suppose you have collected money. Now how will you spend that money? Money is your resource. Now how will you optimally allocate that resource in different parts of the economy, so that this particular resource, that is money, will give you productive result? For that you have to plan, you have to make a particular chart that we will use this much amount in this sector, this much amount in this sector. For that you need a master plan, that is essential for any economy. Okay, so that is required to be made. The third thing is equitable distribution of income and wealth. That is, equitable distribution of income and wealth means that we are willing to distribute the income of the whole country equally in the population of the country. How you will do that? Collect tax from the very rich population, collect tax from the rich class people, and implement that tax, use that tax in the development of area where poor class people are living, like construction of road, bridges, education, health policies, etc. Okay. Next is promotion of economic growth and public welfare. Look, in a budget, whatever you earned as income, you are planning to spend that on some productive purpose, and that productive purpose should contribute in economic growth. That means our country should grow out of this, and that should be used for public welfare, which means this should not happen that you are exploiting the people for having taxes. No, you will act according to public welfare only. All right. The next is price stability. So government budget is an anti-cyclic weapon that help in controlling unnecessary increase in inflationary pressure during the boom period. Now what is boom period? Boom period is a time when we are growing. We are not having enough of the money or enough of the profits. At that time the prices are high. So we have to stabilize the price. So how government budget will help in it? Government in that budget will provide for the subsidies, and the subsidies in return will stabilize the price. All right. The last is promotion of capital formation. By this you will promote the capital formation. Now you will tell me how. Look, you are having money in your pocket. You will use in it productive use, which means you will invest it as capital, and capital in turn will again earn money, which means capital is again creating capital, and when capital is creating capital, that is known as capital formation. We are using our savings in productive use. Okay, I hope you understood the objectives of government budget and the meaning of government budget. In the next class we are going to study about the structure or components of government budget. Till then, have a very good day, and if you have any doubt you can contact me within the school hours. Okay, have a good day.